So some really honest, raw views coming just from the floor of the summit. This afternoon we heard from the president. Tell us the gist of what he had to say.
You know, what I got from that, Sally, was the fact that the president admitted that, you know what, there's been little to no progress in terms of the demands that were put on the table, in terms of some of the issues that were raised by those who convened the summit back in 2018. This was 4 years ago. You know, still questions are still being asked around the council that was promised, that was going to be convened to deal and tackle with the scourge, the fund, the money that's supposed to come from Treasury to be able to give these institutions, NGOs as well, the ability to educate as well as do something about this scourge. And I think the president today was really admitting that more work needs to be done, and that more accountability needs to happen within these various departments. He promised that you know, he would ensure that there are monthly report backs, which was something that was committed to, but is still not being done, but also asking the private sector to come on board to assist in terms of ending the scourge of gender-based violence. Let's take a listen.
These barbaric acts are a shameful indictment on the men of South Africa. It is not women who are responsible for ending such crimes. It is men who are responsible and who must take responsibility to bring violence, rapes, and murder against women. They are the ones who must act. As a society, ending violence against women and children cannot be anything but our foremost priority. And you are right in your anger. You are right in the frustration that you were expressing here. That in your view, and indeed in some cases absolutely correctly so, we are not making it the priority that it should be. Because this is about the lives of our country's women and children. And there can be no greater urgency. And I must say, with humility, we have not demonstrated that great urgency, as you were saying.
So I suppose after day one, we can at least say there's no denial happening. There's an acknowledgement that not enough has been done. We also know, of course, that the National Strategic Plan on Gender-Based Violence and Femicide was meant to give a very clear roadmap on how to tackle this massive issue. It did, of course, coincide with COVID, where everything ground to a halt, everything was locked down, and I would imagine did disrupt plans to some extent. Do you believe tomorrow we're going to get to the bottom of what practically now needs to be done beyond the public commitments, beyond the correct words, to actually make a real difference to every woman in South Africa, to make her feel safer?
Certainly so. I don't think we can stress the importance of this particular summit, Sally. I mean, the conversations that are being had here could change the lives, could save lives of many women and children who remain very vulnerable in this society. South Africa is literally so unsafe for women and children, and it's simply an untenable situation. It's been recognized by government, and I think the issue right now is implementation. It's accountability from everyone who's who is concerned about this particular issue. And I think what we'll see tomorrow, of course, is the report backs in terms of other government departments who are going to be held accountable. Today we saw the social sector departments, the ministers being on the hot seat, as well as the justice sector as well. So from Minister Begitele to Minister Ronald Lamula, they had to answer some tough questions, and tomorrow we'll be seeing social development as well. Perhaps, I think it is health, if I'm not mistaken, where there'll be another panel discussion in terms of what those departments are doing or have not done in terms of their commitment to ending this gender violence scourge. And it is a 2-day summit, like I said, where by the end of tomorrow, I think we will see then a clearer roadmap in terms of the implementation of the National Strategic Plan.
All right.